Hello.
Hello and welcome. This is Priscilla, and this is the Conversational Hour. I will be with you for one full hour, and today our topic is the jumper. The objective for today is the student will be able to practice creative speaking using pictures to develop appropriate conversation for a variety of topics. An opportunity will be provided for you to ask questions. Please post questions before class if you have any. Class has now started, and I want to welcome our student, Carlos. Carlos, how are you today? And where are you coming in from as well?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm from Costa Rica.
Okay, excellent. And what is the weather like in Costa Rica today?
Today, now actually is hot.
Hmm.
Here is 11, but it's hot. Still is hot here,
Hmm.
and because I live in not in the coast, but almost near to the coast. I don't. So here is hot. Usually, it's hot.
Okay, but probably good beach weather. Good time to go to the beach.
Yes, yes, yes. I would like, but the last time that I was on the beach was like 2 years ago, maybe.
Oh, wow. 2 years ago. Well, I think it's just so beautiful there in Costa Rica. But
Yes,
anyway, I guess you have to go to work or do some other things, and
exactly.
you'll get there when you can. Well,
Yes.
callers, our topic for today is the jumper. We will read, we will discuss, and engage in meaningful conversation. Hopefully, you will get a lot from the class. I'm sure you will. So let's just go ahead and get started with the lesson for today.
Okay.
And let me know when you can see the image on the screen. Can you see the image on the screen?
I only see the half of the picture.
Okay. Can you see a
Okay.
little boy jumping over a fence?
Yes, now I can hear. I can see it. I can see it.
Okay, fantastic. So describe this picture for me. Describe what you see in the picture.
Okay. There is a blonde boy
Hmm.
that he's jumping. I don't know how to say. What is he jumping? A wall?
Fence.
Is that a wall?
A fence. A fence.
A fence. A
Hmm.
fence. Okay.
Yes, a fence. And a fence divides an area. It divides an area from one section to another.
Okay.
Usually, you'll find a fence in people's homes around their house. You might find it in the farms to fence in the animals. So, different
Okay.
places that you'll have fences. And Araceli, how are you today? It's great to see you. Please unmute your microphone and say hello.
Hi, nice to see you too.
Great,
How have
great.
you been doing?
I've been doing fine. I've been doing fine. Happy to be back and having the conversational hour. So I'm glad to see you as well. So tell us a little bit about the weather in your country. What is it like today, Araceli?
Well, it's extremely hot. We are.
Okay.
I am in Madrid now, and it is very, very hot. So I
Hmm.
hope I can go to the swimming pool with my kids today.
Okay. Well, at least one of us will be getting to a swimming pool hopefully today. All right. I will not be going to a swimming pool, but I would like to. But it's okay that I'm not. All right, Carlos, I'm going to start with you, and you will read for us first.
Mhm.
Then we'll have Araceli. And if I need to give you a number, here are your numbers listed here. So if you'll read, Carlos, you will be number one.
Okay.
And if you'll read for us, starting with jump. Johnny jumped over the dog.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Johnny jumped over the dog. The dog. The dog was lying on the ground. Johnny jumped over it. The dog saw Johnny jump over it. The dog got up. The dog got up and barked at Johnny. Johnny laughed. He laughed while the dog barked. Johnny ran over to the fence. The dog chased him to the fence. Johnny jumped over the fence. He turned around and looked at the dog. The dog to the fence. Johnny jumped over the fence. He turned around and looked at the dog. The dog to the fence. Oh, the dog stopped at the fence. The dog could not jump over the fence. Johnny said, "Jump, jump." The dog barked but did not jump.
Thank you, Carlos. In this topic text today, there is a lot of sight words that you should be able to readily identify and easily read. I will read the exact same. Johnny jumped over the dog. The dog was lying on the ground. Johnny jumped over it. The dog saw Johnny jump over it. The dog got up. The dog got up and barked at Johnny. Johnny laughed. He laughed while the dog barked. Johnny ran over to the fence. The dog chased him to the fence. Johnny jumped over the fence. He turned around and looked at the dog. The dog stopped at the fence. The dog could not jump over the fence. Johnny said, "Jump, jump." The dog barked but did not jump. Now, Carlos, could you tell me if there were any vocabulary words in that passage that you didn't understand?
Let me see. I think that I understood all the words.
Okay, good. Now, could you summarize what it was about? Can you summarize this for me? Can you summarize what that topic was about?
The topic is about a guy who was on the ground and a dog wake up and he starts and the dog starts barking, and the guy Johnny said jump, jump, and but he didn't jump. I don't know if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay, the guy asked to the dog to jump.
The guy, well, what did you say? The dog what? The guy something. Let's just leave it like that. All right, so there we go. That's good enough. That's fine. That is fine. Okay, so thank you very much for that, Carlos. I should put it here. Thank you for that, Carlos. Araceli, would you read for us number starting with Johnny jumped over the dog? Araceli?
Yes. Johnny jumped over the dog. The dog was lying on the ground. Johnny jumped over it. The dog saw Johnny and jumped. The dog saw Johnny jump over it. The dog got up. The dog got up and barked at Johnny. Johnny laughed. He laughed while the dog barked. Johnny ran over to the fence. The dog chased him to the fence. Johnny jumped over the fence. He turned around and looked at the dog. The dog stopped at the fence. The dog could not jump over the fence. Johnny said, "Jump, jump." The dog barked but did not jump.
Okay, good. Now, what I'd like for you to do, Araceli, is to summarize what you just read for us.
Well, the story is about a boy who is playing with his dog in the garden, and he's asking the dog to jump over the fence, but the dog is refusing.
confusing, so thank you for introducing that vocabulary word. Thank you, Araceli. All right, so Sophie, for you as well. All right, so now we're going to go down to a few questions. So, Carlos, did Johnny jump over the dog? And answer in a complete sentence for me if you can. You would say, yes, Johnny did jump over the dog, or no, Johnny did not jump over the dog. Did Johnny jump over the dog, Carlos?
I think that Johnny did not jump over the dog.
Okay, let's find out if Johnny jumped over the dog. So did Johnny jump over the dog?
Oh, Johnny jumped over the dog. Okay.
So Johnny did jump over the dog.
Okay, Johnny did. Okay.
So the answer will be yes. Did Johnny jump over the dog, Carlos?
Yes, Johnny did jump over the dog.
Carlos, where was the dog lying?
On the ground.
Great. The
dog is lying on the ground.
The dog is lying on the ground. And Carlos, what was the dog doing when Johnny started to laugh?
The dog is starting to bark.
Very good. The dog started to bark. Did Johnny run over the fence? Did Johnny run over the fence? Carlos?
Yes, Johnny ran over the fence.
No, I think he jumped over the fence. Did Johnny
jump? It's true. Sorry.
Okay. Did Johnny say no? Johnny did not run over the fence. Johnny jumped over the fence. Did Johnny run over the fence?
No, Johnny did not run over the fence. He jumped over the fence.
Did the dog chase Johnny to the fence?
No, the dog did not chase Johnny.
Did the dog chase Johnny to the fence?
The face, yes, sorry.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Did the dog chase Johnny over the fence?
Yes, the dog chased him to the fence.
What did Johnny do when he reached the fence? What did Johnny do when he reached the fence?
He asked to the dog to run.
What did Johnny do when he reached the fence? The dog chased Johnny. The dog chased him to the fence. Johnny jumped over the fence. What did Johnny do when he reached the fence? Johnny jumped over the fence.
Okay.
Johnny jumped over the fence. All right. Could the dog jump over the fence?
No, the dog could not jump over the fence.
Good. The dog could not jump over the fence. All right, let's ask this question again. Did Johnny jump over the dog?
Yes, Johnny jumped over the dog.
Yes, Johnny did jump over the dog. Did Johnny jump over the dog?
Yes, Johnny did jump over the dog.
Where was the dog lying?
The dog was lying on the ground.
What was the dog doing when Johnny started to laugh?
The dog started to chase him.
What was the dog doing when Johnny started to laugh?
The dog was barking. Okay.
The dog was barking. Did Johnny run over the fence?
No, Johnny did not run over the fence.
Did the dog chase Johnny to the fence?
The dog chased him to the fence.
Yes, the dog did chase him to the fence.
Okay.
What did Johnny do when when he reached the fence?
Johnny jumped over the fence.
Could the dog jump over the fence?
No, the dog could not jump over the fence.
Okay, great. Araceli, we're going to engage in conversation about this topic. The words are not here, the conversational pieces are not here, so you'll just think of what you want to respond. Try to use some of these words here in your response. Araceli, do you think Johnny was being mean to the dog?
No, I don't think he was being mean. I think he was being playful. For example, when he was trying the dog to chase him and he was jumping over the fence, I think he was laughing and he was running and having a good time with the dog.
I think I'll write what we're saying. Well, I think that is true. He was having a good time jumping and laughing and playing with the dog. But the dog was trying to lie down and have a rest. So the dog was disturbed. Would you like to be disturbed if you were trying to take a nap lying down? Try to use some of the words that are here in the box.
Yeah, I don't think the dog was yes, the dog was lying, but I think he was barking and chasing Johnny, and this means he wanted to play.
Okay. Perhaps he only chased Johnny when he jumped over him. I'm not sure. And then he started to run after Johnny, not because he was wanting to play, and the barking was probably more like a growl as opposed to a friendly bark. That's why Johnny had to jump over the fence, because the dog was going to bite him.
I don't think so. Maybe Johnny wanted the dog to make some exercise, and because the dog was just lying on the ground,
Okay.
and he could turn the situation so that the dog could enjoy a little bit.
All right. Well, actually, I tried to get you to turn your attention to my way of thinking, and I was not successful. But we did use all of the words. So that was our little debate about the dog. Now, Araceli, I would like for you and Carlos to engage in a conversation very similar to what I just said about the dog. Okay? Araceli and Carlos, please have a conversation about the dog.
But sorry, it's the same kind of conversation, or can I
Yes.
ask a different?
You can ask a different question. But but let it be something that Carlos could be sure to answer. Okay?
Yeah.
You may start.
Carlos, why do you think the dog didn't jump over the fence?
Well, I think that the dog didn't jump to the fence because the fence was too high for him.
But Johnny was laughing, and I don't think he thought he was trying to get the dog to jump, and the dog barked. What did he bark?
Excuse me, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, the question is when Johnny jumped over the fence, the dog started to bark. Why do you think the dog was barking?
Well, maybe I think that the dog was not a friend of the boy. He was like Priscilla said. He maybe want to bite him.
Do you think that is the reason why the dog chased the boy?
I think that I think that at the beginning I understood that he was playing, but I didn't understand well why the dog is barking. So I think that maybe
May-
he wants to bite. Mm.
Maybe the dogs don't just bark when they want to bite. Sometimes they bark when they are happy.
Yes. Well, it's
Also,
okay.
yeah, it was lying on the ground at the beginning of the story. The dog was
Mm-hmm.
lying on the ground, but then he got involved and started barking and running uh, towards the fence, I think.
Okay. Well, it could be, or maybe yes, yes, the dog. Yes, yes. I agree with you. Maybe the dog could be only barking because the dog is I don't know is playing maybe.
Well, wouldn't it be funny, Carlos, if the dog turned the tables and had the boy Carlos chase him? And what if the boy was lying on the ground? Whose turn would it be to run and jump over the fence? Let's see what would happen if the dog is chasing Carlos. Carlos, could you tell us the story if the dog is chasing Carlos? What would your story be like? Try to use these words, Carlos.
Which words?
All of these. Try to use these words when you tell the story
The
with
yellow.
the dog. Yes, all the words
Oh,
in yellow. Hmm.
oh, I have to create a story with a dog that is
Chase,
chasing.
chasing Carlos.
Okay, okay.
Use these
Uh,
words.
with these words, bark, love, lie, run. Okay. Someday I was running in the park in the park at the park or in the park,
Hmm.
and a dog was lying sleeping.
Hmm.
And when I was running, I step step it, and the dog start to barking,
Hmm.
and later on uh, he chased me,
Hmm.
and but I start to running very quickly, and I run, I jump, sorry, I jump a fence, and then the dog can jump the fence because it was so high for it for him.
Hmm. Did you
I
get
don't
ground?
I didn't use laugh on ground and turn.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look at let's take a look at a story like this and see what we can do. We're going to have a story. Okay. This is about Priscilla. One day I was at the park playing with the dog,
Hmm.
and okay, one day I was at the park playing with the dog, and there was a huge fence that was separating the dog area from where regular kids play at the playground.
Hmm.
My dog jumped over the fence, and I started to chase my dog, and my dog started to bark. The more my dog barked, the more I laughed, and I said, "Don't run, dog. Turn around, and then I want you to come and sit and lie beside me." That's my made-up story, just using the words. All right, Araceli, could you give us a story, and you will be in the story. You will be in the story. Okay, Araceli.
Okay. Uh, Yesterday I was lying on the ground in my garden just taking a nap, and then the neighbor's dog started jumping over me and barking loudly. And I think the dog had just jumped over the fence from the neighbor, and he was chasing me. Well, I woke up suddenly and I was frightened and I start running towards my house, but then the dog start barking and chasing me. So I wanted to go into my house, but it was closed. So I turned to my neighbor's house and start shouting, "Please stop your dog!"
Okay, very nicely done. All right, Carlos, I
Mhm.
won't tell you what words go in this blank line. Just read it and put in what you think belongs in the blank line. Put in the
Okay.
word that you believe should fit. Put in a word that would fit.
I
You
only
understand?
have to say the word, or I have to read the whole sentence.
Read the entire sentence and then put in the word.
Okay. Johnny jumped over the dog. The dog was lying on the ground.
Hmm.
Johnny um, jumped over it. The dog saw Johnny uh, jumping over it. The dog get up. The dog get up and barked at him. Johnny laughed. He laughed while the dog barked. Johnny ran fence. Over the fence. The dog chased him to the ground. Johnny jumped over the fence. He jumped around and looked at the dog. The dog stopped at the fence. The dog could not jump over the fence. He said, "Jump, jump." The dog barked, but did not jump.
Okay, very nicely done. Thank you. All right, Araceli, can you do the same?
Yes. Johnny jumped over the dog. The dog was lying on the ground. Johnny jumped over it. The dog saw Johnny jump over it. The dog got up. The dog got up and barked at him. Johnny laughed. He laughed while the dog barked. Ronnie ran over to the fence. The dog chased him to the fence. Johnny jumped over the fence. He looked around and looked at the dog. The dog stopped at the fence. The dog could not jump over the fence. He said, "Jump, jump." The dog barked but did not jump.
Okay, good. The purpose of this activity was to get you familiar with the sight words, to just quickly recognize what the missing word might be without even seeing what that word is. All right. We had a conversation with a dog. We will have a conversation with the dog. We're going to give our dog a name. Select one of the options below. Talk to your dog for 30 to 45 seconds. All right, so I will do, you can do either one that you want, but I will choose number 2. I'll do number 2, and you can do number 2 if you want. I'm going to talk to a dog, and the dog is going to talk to me. So I'm going to give my dog a name. I'm select one of the options below and talk to your dog for 30 to 45 seconds. So most of the time you will be talking, not the dog. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. My dog's name is Shadow. Shadow is a tiny dog, but lots of times Shadow gets into trouble, and I have to say to him, "Shadow, you know when I leave home, I don't want you on the chair. You do understand this, don't you?" "Yes, I understand." "Then, Shadow, please tell me, why do you get onto my chair?" "I don't know. The chairs are so comfortable." "Shadow, if I come home again and you're on my chair, I will have to punish you. You have a nice comfortable bed in the kitchen. Please go there in the future." "Okay, Priscilla." All right, that's my 40 seconds. All right, so I was talking to my dog. My dog's name is Shadow, and I'm carrying on a conversation. So here are the choices. My life is likely to last 10 to 15 years. Any separation from you will be painful. Remember that before you get me. And I did. Give me time to understand what you want of me. Here's the third one. Place your trust in me. It is crucial to my well-being. Araceli, could you read number 4? You do not have to take number 4. Just read number 4.
Do not be angry at me for long, and do not lock me up as punishment.
Could you do number 5, Araceli?
Yeah, you have your work, your entertainment, and your friends. I only have you.
And number 6, Araceli.
Talk to me sometimes. Even if I don't understand your words, I understand your voice when it is speaking to me.
Okay, good. And Carlos, would you do 7, 8, and 9?
Okay. Be aware that however you treat me, I will never forget. Remember, before hitting me, I have teeth that could easily hurt you, but I choose not to bite you because I love you. And before you scold me for being uncompetitive, obstinate, or lazy, ask yourself if something might be bothering me. Perhaps I might not be getting the right food, or I have been out too long, or my heart is getting too old and weak.
And number 10, take care of me when I get old. You too will grow old. Go with me on difficult journeys. Never say, I cannot bear to watch, or let it happen in my absence. Everything is easier for me if you are there, even my death. Remember that I love you. All right, Araceli, which one would you like to take?
Let me think. Number 5. You
Okay.
have your work, your entertainment, and your friends. I only have you.
Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I know I have to go. Bobby. Bobby is the name of my dog. Bobby, I have to go to work, and you have to stay here. I know you are going to be bored, but you have your toys, and you can play around in the garden. I think you are going to miss me, but there's nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do about this. I will be back early, maybe at 4 p.m. I will be back and I will be able to play with you and to make it up for you for all the time I've been outside.
Okay, very good. I didn't hear your dog say anything. I didn't hear Bobby say anything, but I guess that's okay too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know how to make the dog voice as you
Oh,
did.
well, I'm sure my voice did not sound like a dog's voice. All right, Carlos, what number do you want?
The first, you let me see. You have okay. Number 6. Talk to
Okay.
me sometimes.
Okay, Carlos.
I don't understand your words. I understand your voice when it's speaking to me. I have to invent like a history with this topic, right? With
That
this
is,
sentence.
yes, that is correct.
Okay. Um, um, well, my dog names is Tank. Tank in
Okay.
Spanish, Tanque, but Tank in English.
Okay.
I always talk to him, but for instance, well, Tanque, do you wanna go out with me today? Yes, yes, I would like to go. I always like to go with you to walk and to uh, swim in the river. Okay, Tank, just wait a minute, and I need to put my tennis shoes. So, do you understand that you have to wait, right? Yes, yes, I will wait for you. But please hurry up because it could start raining. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
All right. That's nice, Carlos. Thank you for that. All right. So here we are with another activity. What I want you to do, what I'm trying to get you to do, is to actually start talking without thinking, but enjoying talking without feeling stressed. So we're going to look at the pictures below. Choose from the selected words given and talk for 15 to 60 seconds. So in this, number 1, the words are bark, chase, dog, fence, ground, jump, lie, laugh, lie, run, and turn. Now, I'm going to choose number 1, and I'm going to talk for 60 seconds. I'm going to concentrate on trying to eliminate a lot of the ands, ums, buts, and the long pauses. All right, so let's take a look at all the pictures. This is picture number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm going to choose picture number 1. I'm going to talk for about 15, at least 15 seconds, but you can talk up to a minute. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the last time that I'm going to ask that tenant to pay the rent. I've had the dogs chase the tenant who refused to pay. I had the dog jump over the fence because the tenant refused to pay. Now I'm down on the ground taking notes. I can look up in the window and see that the tenant is looking down at me, laughing, thinking that I'm going to believe the lie that they don't have money. No, I don't believe the lie. So what I'm going to do is turn around and stare up at the window. See? You see them turn around and run away? They left the window, but I can hear a dog inside barking. Okay, that's my story. Carlos, which picture would you like to take and try? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10?
And I have to use all the words but in a story.
Yes,
Had
please.
relation with the picture. That's
Yes.
the
Mm-hmm.
well, the number four. Number four.
Okay, number 4 will be Carlos.
um,
Okay, let me get
I
let
don't
me
know
give my let me give me a trophy. I did good. Okay, Carlos, number 4.
when I was a boy, I have a dog, and I found the dog in the ground next to a river, and he was barking because he was alone. Someone left uh, abandoned,
Yeah.
and he start to chasing me, and I I I I run turn. I didn't want to run turn. It's two
Uh,
words. Run turn. Sorry.
it's 2 words.
Okay. I don't want to turn to watch the dog because I feel I didn't want to take it with me.
Mm-hmm.
But the dog, but when I start running very quickly, and the dog start to barking louder. So I cross a fence, and the dog was lying uh, on the side of the fence, but he can jump uh, the river because the river was very deep, and I start laughing, and I return to I turn back for him.
Okay. Now, Carlos, I'm not so sure that you included this picture. I see the dog, but I didn't see anything about the little boy or the stones. So I don't know that you actually referred to the picture. But we'll go on. You'll do better the next time. Okay, Araceli.
I want to choose picture number 6, the one with the panther in it.
Okay.
Okay. The panther was had just jumped on a tree, and it was lying peacefully on the tree. But then he heard a dog who was barking at the tree, and I think the dog had jumped over a near fence. He had run away from his house, and he was barking at the panther, but the panther just looked at him but did nothing. Then the dog started running away, but the, but then he turned and came back to the tree. So it was barking from the ground all the time. It was not a situation to laugh at because the dog was really small, and I think maybe the dog thought that the panther was a little cat. But then the panther just jumped from the tree and started chasing the little dog.
Okay. Very nicely done, Araceli. Okay, Carlos, choose another picture for me, and let's see if we can include the picture in your story. Okay, you've
Okay.
got 7, 8, 9, and 10, or you can do 2, 3, 5.
3, maybe 3.
You'll take number 3. Okay, Carlos is going to do number 3.
Um, okay. When I was travel uh, with my family, I was my dog was with us, and the dog start barking very loud
Mm-hmm.
because um some because the dog was scary because one car was chasing
Mm-hmm.
chasing us, and we crashed with a fence, and we jumped, and uh, cross a river. It's a river, no,
Mm-hmm.
it's a river. Okay, we crossed the river, and the river was I don't know how to say. The river was deep, was very deep,
Mm-hmm.
and, we can turn on the road,
Mm-hmm.
and we start to laughing because we are lying stuck in the middle of the river, in the dog and the dog get out and start to run of the car, and start barking and running on the ground.
Okay, much better. Much better. Thank you for that. So you included the picture and all of the words. So
Okay.
let's see. Now here is a different type of activity, and it's going to talk about going to a restaurant. You're going to go out to dinner. What I want you to do is to develop the fluency in speaking. Try to sound natural. Amanda will be A, and Jeff, you will be, let's see, hi Jeff, it's Amanda. Okay, A is Jeff, B is Amanda. Amanda, you will be Araceli. All right?
Okay.
All right, you may start. Well, if you want to take a look at it. Okay.
I start.
Yeah, whatever you're ready.
I am A, right?
Yes, you are A.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Jeff. It's Amanda.
I can see the picture.
Oh.
Okay. Hi, Amanda. What's up?
Well, I was wondering if you'd like to go for a bite.
I can hear again the picture. I can hear the picture. I can watch the picture. I can see the picture.
You cannot?
I cannot. Okay, now I can. When Araceli speaks, the picture disappears, and I only can see the picture of the Araceli profile.
You have to click on Priscilla's picture.
Okay, thank you for telling him that because I wasn't sure what to do. Okay.
Okay. Sure. What do you have in mind?
I'm in the mood for Italian.
I wouldn't mind Italian. Could go for.
Well, it's either choose one of these. I wouldn't mind Italian, or I could go for Italian. Okay, so you could either choose one of these words. I wouldn't mind Italian, or I could go for Italian.
Okay. I could go for Italian. I know a really good place downtown.
What's the name of it?
Mario's. They have the best pasta in town. Tastiest.
Okay, so again, just choose one. Either choose the best or choose the tastiest.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it again. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, start again. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Jeff. It's Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. What's up?
Well, I was wondering if you like to have dinner.
Sure. What do you have in mind?
I feel like Italian.
Hey, I could go for Italian. I know a really good place downtown.
What's the name of it?
Mario's. They have the tastiest pasta in town.
Where is it located?
It's on Oak Street next to the hospital.
Oak Street next to a hospital. I think I can find that.
What time do you want meet?
Why don't you meet at 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock? Easy then. See you there.
See you.
Okay, so now let's see if we can figure this map out. This is Mario's, and you're on Oak Street, next to the hospital. So that's too small, so we won't go for that one. We won't go for that one. All right, let's go back up to this one, and this will take us to the end of the class. So now we have two. I'm going to do number 2, and I'll use all of these words. All right. I want to ask you all to concentrate on using very few ands, und, erns, and buts in the long pauses. All right. Here is an old lady standing and staring at the dog, as it chased the little boy over the fence. Her face had an expression that she disapproved of what the boy was doing to the dog, and the boy was just laughing and running around. And the lady says to the boy, "Young boy, stop chasing that dog." The boy looked at the woman and said, "Oh, woman, I'm only playing." And she said, "It doesn't look like it's very much fun for the dog. Don't you see how he's barking? Don't let me get my stick to you, young man. Turn around and go home and leave the dog alone." The dog jumped up and licked the old lady's face, and then she petted him and asked, as the dog lay down on the ground, she smiled. Okay, that's my story. All right, let's see. That's 1, 2, 3 is gone, 4 is gone. Araceli, would you take number 5?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I was looking. I was having. I was looking at the sea, and I started watching two dolphins who were jumping. I wanted to sit closer, so I jumped over my fence with my dog, who was barking at the dolphins all the time. The dolphins were playing and chasing each other on the sea, and from the ground we could see them quite quite nicely. I started laughing. It was so nice to see these animals running and jumping over the sea. So we just lied there, me and my dog, for a long time, and then we turned home.
Okay, great. Good job. And that's 5, that's 6, 7. 7, Carlos.
7. Oh my God. It's very
Oh,
well.
God.
Let me think a minute. um,
Oh, come on,
my
that's a
dog
must.
has a very strong brain
Mm-hmm.
because he always remember when we go out where he has to jump if we are running on the ground, and um, he like to chase cats, but when the cats jump the fence, he can catch catch them,
Mm-hmm.
and I start laughing because the dog ran but and bark, but they can do nothing about the cats, and I always say him, please please turn back, because the cat are smarter than you. Shane, but no.
All right, did you use run and lie?
Yes, I
Okay.
ran, and see, yes.
Okay, you forgot about the poor brain. All right, Araceli. 8.
This was a day when three siblings came together for a walk with their dog. They were just under 5. So the dog was supposed to look over them and to take care that they didn't go too far. They were laughing all the time and chasing each other and having fun, but the dog started barking when the dog saw another dog, and suddenly it jumped over the fence and left and let the children alone. The children didn't care about that. They were laughing and shouting and running all over the place. But then it was very late and they had to turn home, but they didn't know how to find the way. And then they remember about the dog. Oh, the dog had to look for us, and I think one of the siblings said, I think he jumped over the fence. Where will he be? He will be lying on the ground somewhere outside. Let's go home and Mom will look for the dog.
Okay. All right, very good. We have now reached the top of the hour, and this is when we go back to the classroom and we talk about what it is that we did today, what we thought about what we did today. And let me see if I can find my picture. Go back to me. Camera. And camera. Okay, Araceli, can you tell us what you thought of today's lesson? What did
Well,
you
I
think
think,
of today's lesson?
yeah, I think as we were only two in the class, we were given the opportunity to talk a lot and to improvise our thoughts on the fly. So I think that's good.
Great, Araceli. Araceli, I like that. I like the way that you use on the fly. That's exactly what we were able to do. We were actually able to respond on the fly. Thank you for that, Araceli. Carlos, can you give us your final word for today? What did you think of the
Well,
class?
it was hard for me because I'm not good at inventing stories, and but I think that we try to improve our vocabulary, our conversation skills, and we have to use our imagination,
Mm-hmm.
and that's important because it's not only for English, for in general, it's important to use imagination.
Very good. That is so true, Carlos. You need to use your imagination. You need to be able to think on the fly and embrace the creativity that is within you. As you begin to talk, the fluency will develop when you talk about something that is not very stressful. So today, the non-stressful topic was about the dog that jumped over the fence, that chased the little boy, and the little boy was laughing. That was easy enough for us to just retain those few sentences in our head as we talked about that. So I hope that you enjoyed today's conversation. I was trying to get back, but I don't know why I can't bring my image back, so we'll have to do without it for now. Wait a minute there. Myself. All right, so I tried to bring my picture back, but I was not able to do so. But I want to thank you, Carlos, for coming. It was nice to meet you. Araceli, it's always good to have you in class. If you all do not have any other questions, I will say goodbye, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye bye.